This is a beautiful plantation that is a must-see. The animals live in the wild on this land and you have the opportunity to observe them in their natural habitat. We understood that we might not see every animal at a particular time, they are animals and aren't behind fixed exhibits. But, we saw so many white-faced monkeys and howler monkeys right after 8 a.m. I could have stayed and watched them all day feeding on plantains and bananas. We saw beautiful birds and other wildlife as well on the Monkey Park Trail. Mikel brings his scope camera so you can view them close up and took photos for me as well. Guillermo and Mikel greeted us upon our arrival with fresh fruits, coconut, pipa frio, while they were viewing birds nesting through the camera scope. They were the most generous pair we met in Costa Rica, and provided an amazing educational experience. I highly recommend opting in for the lunch. Guillermo will create a delicious authentic meal for you, and have the chance to make your own empanadas. The passion he has for his guests and the land shines through him, you can truly feel how much he loves to share. Everything was just perfect and you will have the opportunity to experience so much nature, just ask and they will make it happen. Important to note, bug spray is a good idea, but we never got bit once by anything. Thank you for making this tour a memory that we will have forever. Lindsay and Elliot. We arrived at the Monkey Park around 12:30 p.m. on a Thursday and were greeted by the super kind Guillermo. We were warned that the monkeys typically move off-site in the afternoons and it is better to visit in the morning, but less than 5 minutes later, before even starting our walk through the forest, several white-faced capuchins came to say hi. Guillermo then walked us into the forest to start our hike, gave us some basic instructions, and sent us on our way. The forest is so beautiful and it was such a peaceful, easy walk amongst 100 and 200-year-old trees. We spotted various birds and a couple of lizards on our hour-long walk. We also heard the howler monkeys but didn't get to see them. At the end of our trek, we got to see an entire family of peasants, aka coyotes, up close. We loved how passionate Guillermo was about the animals in the reserve, and educating people about them and the crops they grow on the property. We opted out of the lunch he offered because we had eaten before our tour, but we did enjoy some freshly made naranjita juice while we chatted with Guillermo. Highly recommended for nature lovers, book it. Very underrated place and should be seen by all. Untouched rainforest with tons of wildlife. Right when we entered we saw 2 armadillos and tons of frogs. Wildlife is everywhere. Mosquitoes as well, so make sure you come covered up. They don't care if you have spray on. Guillermo was there when we arrived and was truly the highlight of our whole 14-day trip. A genuine man that truly cares for people. We were struggling to see monkeys due to the heavy rain, so Guillermo ensured to walk us through and we saw them with him. It was not a busy day and he pretty much gave us a private tour of the property. We ended up seeing toucans as well on the property and howlers. White-faced monkeys were inside the park. I showed up unprepared and Guillermo ensured I had boots to borrow and he had food and drinks waiting after our walkthrough. He introduced us to dulce as well, which is a traditional drink and also his favorite. We loved it. Overall 10/10, and I feel like an idiot that we almost didn't go and didn't have this pre-planned into our trip. Guillermo made my trip the most memorable and we will be back to visit him in the park. We were very lucky to enjoy a show by the white-faced monkeys immediately upon arrival. Realize that the monkeys are not always there, so you may not see them. However, the trail is beautiful, and is very flat and well maintained. Guillermo was wonderful, as others have mentioned. He welcomed us warmly, made sure we were comfortable. It started raining and he lent us ponchos, and made smoothies and fried yucca for us after our walk. Delicious. I really don't think you can call ahead to make sure monkeys will be there, as this is not an enclosed park, but just a lovely forested area. Guillermo feeds bananas and plantains to the monkeys to encourage them to visit, which helps bring them. Guillermo also explained the gardens and birds to us. We were looking for something to do on our last rainy day in Costa Rica, and we found this gem. Thank you so much, Guillermo.